All right, this is the eye, and we're going to look at the outward features of the eye. First of all, outside the eye here is this gland. This is the lacrimal gland. It produces tears. The tears typically wash down through ducts across the surface of the cornea here, and down and into these two channels right in here, these two little canals, and these are known as the canaliculus, the superior and inferior canaliculus. And then that goes down into a sac called a lacrimal sac, and then into the lacrimal duct, nasal lacrimal duct, which goes into the nose. So that's the path of tears. Now, the upper eyelid is here, lower eyelid is here, lateral commissure is here, medial commissure is here. And this clear section here, out here, is the cornea. Now, other parts of this would involve a little beady looking thing right here that produces a protein, and it is called the caruncle. And it produces a protein which crystallizes when you keep your eyes shut. That's why you get that stuff in your eyes at night. Now we're going to do the muscles that control the movement of the eyeball. These are called extrinsic eye muscles. Top muscle here, superior muscle right there, is known as the superior rectus, right there. The one above that is the levator muscle, raises the eyelid. Now the muscle to the side here will be the lateral rectus. And then the muscle deep inside here is the inferior rectus, right there. And then if you take this off, you can see the medial rectus right here. This is the medial rectus. These two rectus muscles here rotate the eyeball horizontally, back and forth. The superior rectus and inferior rectus raise the eyeball up and down, in other words, vertically. Now the other muscle here, up top here, right through this little sling right here, would be the superior oblique. Superior oblique. And down here, deep down here, right there, where I'm pointing, would be the inferior oblique. They make the eyeball go at an angle. Okay. Now this is the eyeball itself, and conspicuous here is the sticking out from the back here will be the optic nerve. Optic nerve. Next we see the white of the eye here called the sclera. This is the sclera. And the next layer in will be called the choroid, the purple one here, the choroid. And then the next layer in here will be the retina, the retina. And this right here is just simply a chamber, and it is the vitreous humor chamber right here. Contains vitreous humor. Okay, now looking at the front of the eye, we have the cornea, this clear plastic piece out front here. And then the colored part of the eye, this part right here will be the iris. And then in here will be, that part right in here is the lens. And then the hole that you see right here would be called the pupil. Now, looking kind of close in here, there is a small ligament or muscle right here, really called a ligament, that controls the size of the iris, and that is called the ciliary body, right here. This little thing right here. And just below that, right in here, this little white stuff right here is called the suspensory ligaments, and they're able to they attach to the lens and causes the lens to bulge or collapse, which would make you focus. Okay, where the optic nerve comes into the eyeball, there are no photoreceptors, just in that area right in here on the retina, so therefore you can't see there. And so this is called the blind spot. Everybody has one. All right, right beside it over here is a yellow spot right in here that you can see. And this is called the macula lutea. The word lutea means yellow, so it's a yellow spot. And in that yellow spot is a group of cells, photoreceptors, mostly cones, that see color. And those are called the fovea centralis. And that's what they do. And when you focus stuff, when you focus light comes in here, it focuses always on that spot right here. That's where you see your best color. It's right there on the fovea centralis.
This slide shows a test for your blind spot. If you close each eye, like your left eye, you look at the right object, which would be the dot. If you are looking with your right eye, you look at the X, and you move backward and forward until it disappears. The other one disappears. That'll be your blind spot. Now, the blind spot is caused by a lack of photoreceptors where the optic nerve enters the eyeball. All right, this slide shows the different shapes of the eyeballs and the problems that it may cause. In the top one there, the first one you see, the focus is exactly on the retina. The focal plane is right on the retina. In the B part there, the focus is still in the same place, but the retina is further back. So therefore, this would be called nearsighted or myopic vision because it's near the lens. All right, in the lower one, the hyperopic farsighted eye, there the focal plane is the same, but it is in back of the retina. So all these conditions have to be corrected, and if you look to the right, notice that it's corrected by different types of lens to push the focus on the retina. In a nearsighted person, they have to have a concave lens, and the opposite, when you want to pull it up to the person with farsighted, you have to use a convex lens, which will draw it up to focus it right on the retina.